looks like I'm live, so let's just double check. Everything is in and go back. There we go. That is live. All right, so what I'm doing right now is I have a game, Vigilante, that I'm working on, and inside of it there's cars, there's traffic that's set up, and now I want a semi. And these are anti-gravity vehicles, and they're going to be able to fold up walls or go up walls. And so the semi needs a custom way to do it where each part of the vehicle travels separately, and it's basically just a chain of cars stuck together. So right now I am working on anchoring one car element to the next one. Now, each of these already has the ability to levitate and to float and manage itself. So all I need to do is help it stay with the next part. All right. So to begin with, we have the tractor. That's the first part. Then we have the car, which is over here. And then we have the caboose, which is missing the rigid body. All right, so let's go over to tractor and let's grab a copy of rigid body. Copy component. And now we're going to go to caboose. Right click. Paste component is new. Next, the other one that was in here was the car script itself. Copy. And back into the trailer caboose, we're going to paste this in. Should be paste component is new. All right, now we have the alignment. However, these numbers are way off. When I'm looking at this, this is not the center of gravity for the vehicle. I mean, it would work like that, but not that well. So let's take a quick look at the other ones. On the freight car, it's set up like this. And then on the tractor, it's set up like this. I do have it a little bit high there. You know what? Let's offset that. So that one is not gravity normal. This one. We're going to set it about there. So it's right about the top of the base. So we have kind of this base platform piece. And then let's go over to the car. That's about the platform base. And then over to this element, we're going to drop that down a bit. Oh, wrong one. There. Right about there. Now, also, that doesn't extend out very far from the edges. It's actually stuffed into it a little bit. So we're going to expand out how far this goes so it's at the boundaries. There and there. That is where the physics alignment for the truck is going to go. All right, perfect. So now I need a script that's going to connect any of the cars. It should be that the parent car, the car leading the way, knows about the cars behind it. And that way, when I get to the driver, which one is this? On the tractor, I created a traffic car. Oh, I didn't create another script for this. This one just travels around without anything special about it. Okay, so whatever system is going to be managing that, I haven't gotten to it yet. I do have a truck traffic manager, which I guess that would be part of it. But when it cleans it up, it has to be aware of all the elements inside of it and remove those as well, which I guess that would make sense that it would be the parent script. Okay. All right. I will have, or we'll deal with it as we get to it. I need a script though. All right. So traffic car or truck car. And this one, did I create something special for truck car? Tractor. That's a traffic car. The first one drives like a traffic car. The trailer car has nothing on it at all. I guess the truck car was where I was planning on doing this. What have I got here? The truck car. Oh, the truck car is what's supposed to go on the following cars, the caboose and the car. Okay, so on this one, we should have a truck car. Okay, the car is up here. It needs a reference to that. All right, border radius. We're going to go with a radius. Oh, I should show the border radius. Okay, on gizmo selected. Let's add truck car on gizmo selected. Perfect. Draw a line to its target position. Let's do another one. Gizmos dot draw circle. Draw sphere. Sure. Draw sphere, and it's just going to want a radius, right? Oh, it wants to know the location. So that's transform dot position, and the radius is what did I set for the radius? The radius is border radius. Makes it a little easier if I actually have something in here that shows it. So border radius is currently 0. We're going to want to increase that, but I have to wait till it finishes building. There, thank you. Okay, that's not quite what I meant. I didn't want the full sphere, but I want to see the radius. This is basically how far away it's going to stop trying to push towards towards the car in front of it. That's the cutoff point when it gets that close to the next one. All right, so let's leave that one as is. But well, draw sphere. Okay, let's change this to line. Delete. You're currently drawing a line to the target position. Let's give it another one. Gizmos dot draw line transform dot position, comma, and transform dot position plus transform dot forward. Times border radius. Let's put those on separate lines because that's getting a little bigger there. Okay. Now that should put the line basically right up to here, right before it reaches the next truck. Excellent. There it is. That doesn't show up as well as a sphere, but the sphere was completely covering it. I just wanted a circle. All right. Okay, so that's in there. This one is also supposed to be a truck car. Truck car. And here's the car. There it is. All right, and then over here we have lerp speed. No, not lerp speed, border radius. We're going to expand this out so it gets close to the next one, but not quite there. Right there. Okay, that is about 10.88. All right. Wait, what is that one? Oh, that's right. There's a second one that goes to its first target, which is, at the moment, World Center, which is somewhere right back over here. Or through the wall. How far through? I'm just kind of curious. Oh, literally, like right there. Okay. So I've got those. Now I need the bridge connector. Some kind of script that's going to connect the two together. I guess I'll call it a truck connector. I want to call it an axle, but I can't think of a better term, and it's not axle. All right, create, and we're going to call this one truck connector. Okay, truck connector, double click it. Good. Got into the project before it tried doing its pre-compile. You know, Unity could save us a lot of time and energy if they actually set it up so that when we create a new class, it has a dummy class that it uses. Because the first time we create that class, when it creates it, we know it's going to be empty. There's going to be no fields inside of there. So why not just let new uncompiled classes refer to that dummy class, and then once we actually compile it again or make changes to the code, then it goes out, spends the time compiling it so it can get all the field and information from it. Because right now, when we create it, we usually have to sit there and wait for the project to recompile everything. But what's it recompiling? It's an empty class. There's nothing it's going to do yet. All right, so we got the class. Now the truck connector needs to know a few things. It basically just needs to set a point for where the other one is supposed to head towards. So if I've got truck car. Truck car is looking to get these two values. It wants to get a target position and target rotation, and it's going to keep trying to get there as long as the distance is within a certain range, or as long as the distance is farther away than border radius. All right, so we just need basically an anchor that's going to set whatever the values of truck car are. So it needs to have a truck car linked to it. All right, so let's do this. Not from there, just right back into the code. This one, we're going to say public trucker. Now that it has this, that's really all it needs. Except for in the update, it has to actually gather the information. I guess a special thing about a truck car is that it should have information linked to the truck connector, but when I delete this, I need it to know about all the elements it's connected to. So I would start with the parent car, remove that like I usually would, but then the truck connector script needs to be able to remove what's behind it. So to begin with, I need a reference, and this is basically a cyclical reference, but I'm only using the reference to truck car so that it knows the child element to destroy. So public on destroy. Good. And now in this one, we're going to say if truck car, then truck car dot game object dot destroy. Game object dot destroy. There. Perfect. Okay, so on destroy, it's going to require a request that the child element gets destroyed as well. That's as far as that part goes. Second, what do we have? Public truck car. No, we already know the truck car. In this case, we technically don't need anything else. The other element needs to get wired into this. So I guess on start, we'll wire it in. Yeah, let's do that. On start, we'll wire it in. Public void start. Technically, I don't need a public on that. In fact, it confuses it. So let's remove the public from here and here. Now in start, public truck car, void start. We take the start if, and we're just going to say truck car dot truck car needs a reference here, F12. Public float truck car. If I have this, then I technically don't need these two. Public transform truck car. All right, now it wants to know the target position. Well, that's a mistake. I'm glad I got the errors in here, otherwise I wouldn't have known this. All right, so transform position for the first one. All right, second one is truck car dot position. Truck car dot position. Where's the rotation? There we go. Truck car dot rotation. Truck car dot this dot truck car dot position. Okay, so that updates it to use the things that I wanted. Truck car, what's it complaining about here? Member names, and this cannot be the same thing. Wait, where did I just put this? Truck car. Oh, it's a connection. It's not truck car that I want. It's truck connector. C, go back to here. And I guess I'll call it connector in this case. And no, I don't care about its old name. Okay, on gizmo selected. All right, now going over to truck connector, we're going to say this dot truck car, and that should also be the same thing here, this dot. Anytime that I use the class name as a variable name, then I should put the this dot in front of it. This dot truck car dot connector equals this. So when it starts up, it sets everything to what it needs. Dot connector is a transform. Oh, equals this dot transform. Excellent. Then that should be everything that I need, except I need to add the visual elements inside of Unity now. What is this? Oh, speed test 2. I haven't built anything with this yet. Where's my truck one? I'm planning on doing a little bit of DoD code. I wanted to test out a few things for performance and plan on making some videos with it. All right. All right, what do we got here? We got these 3 ones. So on this one, I need to be able to set up that truck car. So let's go the connector. So this one is truck connector. Not what I want to get rid of you. Remove component. And I guess I could just drag this one over truck car. There we go. Okay, expand it out. It needs the car, which is this one. Yeah, that's right. And the connector is null for right now. Well, you know what? Yeah, it needs an initialization process. It needs a constructor that when it comes in, it's going to have these elements getting tagged onto it. I think that builder process needs to live in truck traffic because it has the factory for creating this. So I'll need to call out the different prefabs inside of it and let it wire up these pieces. But it does need the child element that this is associated with. You know what? I could... Do we need this? It doesn't need to be here. Oh, whatever. I'll create the anchor one. So right click, create empty, and we're going to call this back anchor. All right, so back anchor, we're just going to drag it backwards a little bit. And let's zoom in to make sure that's at a reasonable location. Sure, right there. That's its... I keep wanting to call it an axle. What is a point called where it connects from a trailer to a tractor? A hitch. Another name for a hitch on a tractor trailer that emphasizes its turning, comma, cornering, fifth wheel coupling. That's fifth wheel coupling. Okay. Interesting. Not quite what I was looking for, but I guess that works. All right. Oh, back anchor. So we've got the back anchor, and now let's go back over to tractor, and we're going to take truck car and put it over on back anchor. Good. Now back anchor has this information. Truck car refers to itself, doesn't it? So truck car is expecting to use the itself as the point of transform. No, it doesn't. It uses its own transform as the connector. That's what it's supposed to follow. Where does this one come from? Oh, that's truck car. I need truck connector. There we go. So truck car connector equals this dot transform. We're setting the parent equals this dot transform. So it is expecting this object to be the axis. So let's go public transform axis. If I have it all in the root object, that makes it easier to look up for prefab logic or for the logic in the factory, because otherwise I have to look up a child without any reference, and that's a pain. I shouldn't have to do that. I'm letting my procedural code or my logic end up taking on designer work. So the designer has to know details about my code. All right, so axis, we've got the axis. We're going to change this to axis. All right, now we're going to go over back to the code, which it wants to compile, of course. All right, so back anchor, front anchor. That one doesn't get the code anymore. We're going to put this back onto tractor, go over to tractor, and now it needs to know the transform, which is going to be back anchor. Done. Excellent. The car, what is the car that it's referring to? In the car code, the problem is that we have a car that's being referred to already. So the truck car is the truck car. That's the connector. What am I looking at? That just says car. Truck car has car in here. But this is called, oh, where was that? Truck car. Yes, truck car has car, which refers to itself. That's the child elements over here. They need to know about it. Oh, and this one needs to have 2 cubes on it to begin with. All right, let's put the cubes there. So freight, and take this, Control C. Yeah, let's just grab the element, and we're going to put them on the caboose. No, on the caboose. There, thank you. Now we're going to select freight car. What? Why is it all the way over there? Okay, that's just weird. And let me guess, the other one's there too. Yes, it is. Okay. Fine. Then for this one, I'm just going to reset all of these. Reset. Thank you. Close enough. All right. Next, we're going to move them up, and I'll move it back to about here. And the next one, we're just going to select one of them. I don't care which one. Now it's going to move closer to the front. Okay, and they are levitating just like that one is. A little bit higher though. So let's drop it down just a little bit higher. Good enough. All right, so these come into play with freight attached to them. So now save that. Oh, and any settings that are on it. So on this one, it needs to lock onto a trailer. So the car is going to the freight car, but that's not correct. I need the trailer caboose to be in this one. All right. The body it's referring to is in itself, yes. Okay. Now, on this one, we have another one. Let's go to freight. There, trailer car. No, trailer caboose. Perfect. So these get a set of gravity that they interact with, and they basically follow the gravity of the vehicle that it was last in contact with. So once it falls off, it still has that gravity. And so if it's on a surface, if it's on this surface and it falls off of the truck on this surface, it's going to land on this surface and stay. If that truck is on this surface right now, then and it falls off, it's going to land on this surface and stay there. If I am transferring between two surfaces, if I'm starting to head up and or making some twist or something, whatever angle the car was at is the gravity angle that the freight's going to follow. All right. Which lets me change some of the racing capabilities within the game by adding it. Okay, so now we've got these. This one has its parent item. So we have the traffic car, truck car. This is not a truck car. That's where I'm making my mistake. I'm looking for the truck connector. Remove. Truck connector. Okay, much better. All right, so truck car. That's why the naming wasn't matching up. All right, so truck car. We need the truck car. That's the element going backwards. That's got to get hooked up. The axis is going to be the object within here that we care about, which is the back anchor. That one, it does need to know about. All right, now that doesn't need anything else here. The traffic car front anchor. Okay, that's its traffic node point. Perfect. Okay, so now the next item was the daisy, was the element behind it. I need to basically configure the trailer caboose to do the same thing. No. Well, right now I only need a 3-part car. So I need the tractor, I need the car, and I need the caboose. So let's move that in place. Let's take this script. Copy. And now I'm going to go to trailer caboose, and we're going to paste this one in. So this is a truck car. Paste, add component. Paste component is new. There we go. The axis goes to the back anchor, which doesn't really work here. So we need the back anchor to be on this one. We're going to go to right click. This one doesn't. Not what I meant to do. Remove component. Now we're going to go to trailer car. It would make more sense to me if trailer car was here, because that's the order. We've got the tractor, trailer car, caboose. All right, so at the trailer car, I'm going to paste this in here. We have truck car, and paste component is new. The back anchor needs to be a child element of this one. So we're going to go create empty, and we're going to call it back anchor. All right, its positioning needs to be right around there. Let's make sure that's set up right. That looks good. Okay, next, what do we got? I need to pass that one into this as a reference so it knows the correct spot. The connector needs to get wired in. That's to the next spot. So this one should be referring to its own car. That's correct. No transform. That one goes to the back anchor. Now I also need to set up a truck car. Right click. Oh wait, that's probably already there. Caboose, truck car. Yes. Connector will get established. All right, so now let's make sure all these prefabs are stored correctly. So tractor and overrides apply all. Trailer car. Overrides apply all. And finally, tractor caboose or trailer caboose overrides apply all. All right, so is there like a different name or more modern name for a caboose? A railway wagon with accommodation for the train crew typically attached to the end of the train. Great. Other definitions. All right. Modern name. Okay. Still typically referred to as a caboose. Just feels like a weird name now that I've been saying it a bunch. All right, so we've got all three prefabs in place. They are stored. Now the truck traffic needs to be modified so that the factory produces all three elements and tethers them together. All right. All right, so the traffic system, here's the create car function. We need additional prefabs in here. So we've got the prefab tractor, public traffic. In this one, I do need to know that one. So traffic truck, no, truck car. Prefab. This one is trailer car and public truck car prefab trailer caboose. Okay, so I've got all three of them in there. Let's correct the ones that I just messed up. That one. There. Fix those. Good. So now all of the first part of this is established. Now, these ones, I do need to know about this one. It's going to need to store a copy of it. I'll at least put that information in there for now. So public list. What do I need? This is the traffic system. We're still set up as a traffic system in here. So the answer is no, this does not get any of this right now. I'll just cut those lines out. Control X. I'm going to lose them anyway. So Control S, save it all. Now let's return to unit. Oh, I'm just going to copy this and paste it here. So first off, where's my script? It's right there. All right, right click. Do we have just a duplicate? No. All right, then Control CV. All right, traffic system will now be known as truck traffic system. Is this it? Yes. So now put the truck in front of it. The other one's still going to know the previous one. So now I still need these prefabs. So that's public truck car prefab trailer car, public truck car prefab trailer caboose. All right, I've got those ones, and I also wanted to start generating the pool that's going to be storing this information. So public list. What is this? Public list prefab tractor. What? Oh, traffic car. That's what I'm looking for. Traffic car pool equal. We'll just leave that one as is. And on the start, we're also going to establish this information. Hey, does traffic create car return anything? No, it doesn't. Let's create it and stuff it into the pool. So on this one, control dot, we're going to put the missing reference in, which is automatically going to go to system.collections.generic. Perfect. I don't need any of that. Now I need to initialize it to the pool size, and we're just going to say pool count plus dot equals new, and inside of here we list. Oh, pool count. What am I doing? Pool equals new traffic car, and now we get some items in it. So incapacity is what I'm looking for. That one is going to be pool count. All right, now the last part here is we're going to return this one. So this needs to return the object that it's holding on to, which is a traffic car. And the end of this one needs to return the car. Return car. Perfect. Now that we've got the car, this one is going to add it. And we will say public create car, and this is going to be pool dot add. All right. Now this one's not going to be a particularly fast setup, but we can, no, I don't need to worry about pools and actually flushing this stuff out yet. I don't even have a map big enough to deal with that yet. Or I don't have a nav mesh set up for that. And by nav mesh, I'm referring to my own, not Unity's. All right, car dot previous. Now I need to start generating the other items that are in here. So truck car, prefab trailer car, prefab trailer caboose. There may be some elements where this is not going to pop into the world well, because if the car pops up in one spot, I need the other cars to appear behind it. And so some of them might get embedded into walls. We'll see how that works and what happens to it. So to begin with, let's just say I need to match out those positions, and we're going to say public float. No, I'll just do it manually by no. Initialize with configurable information, so I don't have to keep going back and recompiling. Public float distance to car one. Car equals, let's go with 8. And then public float distance to caboose equals 18. It's the combined between the two of them. So, all right, now we got that information in there. We're going to create each of the cars. And when we do, we are also going to create the prefab trailer car and caboose, which is going to have a lot of the same information, but, well, no, it's not. All right, so first we chose where to place this. Now we've placed it, and we haven't set rotation to match anything yet. However, when we have this object, we should have some information about it. Rotation's kind of important now. Oh, that's one of the reasons why the cars were so chaotic. All right, well, let's dive into this. What do we got? Time, maybe 10 minutes left that I'll try to be getting this done. And maybe stay a little later. All right, traffic node index. We got this here. Transform.look at. Hey, if anyone has any suggestions as to plugins I should get, I'm using OBS and, well, yeah, I'm using OBS to run the streaming, and this is currently on Windows, which I guess is pretty obvious from the start bar down at the bottom. But what kind of plugins I should run for linking into Unity? Or sorry, linking into OBS and helping the stream work out better. I haven't done much streaming. All right, car.transform. No. I need to create a new car, but I also need the rotation to be dealt with. So when we're getting this, we're getting traffic nodes, and that gets F12. So nodes, this is the information we have on nodes. Now, did we also create one that stores normals? The nodes have normals. Okay. So do I have that information at the point that I'm trying to use it in the truck traffic system? I'm grabbing the nodes, so I do. Okay. Quaternion from... How do I convert a vector 3 normal into a quaternion rotation? I have not done that before. I know there's the function to turn an Euler rotation into a quaternion rotation, but it's not the same thing. So let's bring up a search panel. Vector 3 normal into quaternion rotation unity C#. From a direction to the normal direction. Now, I just want it to snap to that. I don't need it to travel to it. Now, with this one, technically that's the up vector. So I don't have a forward with this one. Oh, I can generate the forward. Okay. So as long as I can get its axis, its up axis to be there, I can rotate it around to look at the target destination. Oh, wait a second. Vector 3, look at. Okay, so on this car, we got the traffic node, we tell it to look at, and then comma, I assume world up. Yes, world up right here. The world up is going to be a upward direction. That's a normal. That's exactly what I want. At least I assume that's using a normal, which would be perfect because I have n dot normal. And that's the world up from that particular position. Perfect. Okay, so I've got the starting resolved here. And that also means, oh yeah, I should be putting this pool over into the other system too. So let's just grab this, Control C, and we are going to put this over into, what do we have? Truck traffic system, and we need traffic system there. There we go. List, Control dot enter, and then in this one we're going to initialize. What did I have in it? Let's put this one over here. Oh, let's just grab the line. Control C, Control V. Okay, perfect. And then on this one, where we needed the rotation in place, where we tell it to look at, and our world up is going to be n dot normal. Yay! I think that's everything. Oh, and we're returning a car here, so this is now going to be traffic car. And on this one, we are going to generate it. We're going to go pool.add, create car, and close that one out. Okay, both are set up. This one needs to return the car. Okay, so both traffic systems have been updated for holding onto the pool. I'm not using the pool yet, but we're loading it up. That's fine. That was easy enough. All right, so traffic car. Now the last part of this one, we're creating the car. The truck traffic system needs the additional elements. So add trailer car. Very well. So in this one, var trailer equals, and this one's going to be instantiate, and here we have prefab tractor. No, prefab trailer car, comma, n dot position. So we're taking the original position of where we were setting this up, plus we're going to say car dot, for each one of these, I might as well call out the name. So the first one is the original, original colon. The next one I need to know is the position. So we're going to say position colon. Now the position is going to be the same position as the original truck, but we want it to move backwards. So car dot transform dot forward times -1 f -1f times, and that one is going to be the distance to car. All right, so we're basically telling, what's the next one? Quaternion rotation is quaternion dot identity. That should be it. All right, so for the position, we're basically taking the position of the original car where it gets instantiated and putting it right on top of it. But then we're going to say, what's its forward direction? So if it's facing that way, we're going to take the negative of it and tell it to move back by the distance to the car. So it'll move it backwards and align the next car. Next, I want to tell it to look at the car. Okay, so now we're going to say trailer dot transform dot look at, and we're going to say car dot transform comma. Yeah, that works. Okay. And we also need the up, which is going to be n dot normal. Yay. Okay. That is set up. Now, there was another element that we needed to set up in that, and that was going to be the truck car. We need to connect these two. So connect trailer to car. And that one is going to be trailer dot, do we have a two-way connection? So let's get var connector equals car dot get component truck connector. So we have to assume that it carries this particular item in it. I really wish when inside of Unity that it had a way to say that whatever element we were referring to also carried additional pieces. So these are components, they're mono behaviors. And wait a minute, maybe Unity does have this. Let's go over to here and let's ask the question. Does Unity have attributes that can state that a prefab has to have certain components? Okay, does not have a specific attribute, the first values on it, to have certain ones. How can I require a public variable prefab to have certain? Now, you can always require it to have at least one because you can refer to that specific type that's going to instantiate it. In that case, it's usually going to be the most rudimentary purpose or role of that particular prefab. Shot behavior. So what do people say? Get component, add component. No. I don't want to take over adding component. That's a designer's job. Those components typically have a purpose in what they're doing on there. All right, which means what object is it attached to or does it understand? And a designer needs to know that. Now, granted, it could automatically add it and call it out, but if it didn't have it, it wasn't built for this. And that should be part of the rules of how you interact with the designer. They want to create a car, they want to create another piece. They should understand the classes that need to be in there, or start with a dummy class setup that already has everything in there that they can then tune and adjust. All right, prefab get component, do the check on start. Another require component. And I do a require component on the actual, on this one. So traffic car, prefab tractor, and we're going to say require component. Now, does it give me a complaint aside from the fact that it needs the type? So we're going to say type of, and that needs to be a truck connector. Now, what's the complaint for? I assume because it needs to be on the class. Not valid on the declaration, on this declaration type. It's valid on class declarations only. Hey, Unity, you could do us a solid here and actually put this as a requirement on prefabs. That way, when we drag a prefab in, it can complain saying this doesn't have a truck connector type. Great. That would be excellent. But that doesn't exist right now, so we will live without it. I don't want to put the code in to deal with that. So we're just going to make the assumption that it's there. And if not, this is going to be null, and we'll get a truck connector null reference error. And so that should be pretty obvious that, hey, we're trying to get the component from a car, and go fix that. All right, so now connector dot, and now it wants to know the truck car. Is the truck car already known? Let's go back into Unity for a second. Is the truck car already known? I don't remember. Axis, that's the transform. Oh, the truck car is what we just created. So connector dot truck car equals trailer. Perfect. Okay, and then trailer dot, not trailer, it's connector dot axis equals trailer dot, I think that gets set up on its own. Let's take a quick look over here at the code, connector access. This one, we are looking at the truck connector. Truck connector is over here. Truck connector on start sets the axis of the truck car. So that is not needed here. Okay, perfect. All right, and on destroy it, make sure to trickle that down to the objects below it. Good. That sets up the trailer, the first trailer. Now we need the second one, which is basically a duplicate of this. Control C and V. So now we do have, it's almost a duplicate. So on this one, we're going to call this one caboose. And this one, we've already got the connector. So we're just going to say, the connector equals the caboose dot get component truck connector. Do I have a truck connector on it? I'm pretty sure I do, but I need to double check that. I feel like I don't. Okay, so connector dot truck car equals caboose. All right, caboose dot transform look at. It's going to look at that one, but we need to move it backwards, and this is distance to caboose. Okay, I think that part's all set up. Let's move this one back. And the last thing I need to do is go back into Unity and double check that these lines are actually configured, that I have the object from the car to the connector. Okay, this one needs to be truck car, and we have truck car. That's in there. Connector is not established. The trailer car has a truck car, and it has the connector, and it has a back anchor, which is referring to this one. Perfect. That should be exactly what's needed in here. Let's just go back, double check overrides. That's saved. Over here, overrides, saved. And finally, this one, overrides, not saved. Ah, what did I just revert? Control Z. What? Why can I no longer apply at all now that I've hit Control Z? What's the difference here? Okay, so I set the tractor. All right, the rigid has the rigid body reference. That one is in truck car. We removed it from this one by accident. That's this one. It needs the rigid body that's right above it. Good. It refers to itself. Let's double check this in the other ones. So this one has a car and a rigid body. There, it references the correct item. Good. I think that's everything. Oh, the truck traffic system does not have the proper prefabs in here. Prefab. Where's the rest of my prefabs? I've got some error happening here on the console. Clear. It's not a compilation error. The traffic car is, oh, it's not a truck traffic system. Yeah, that's right. In this one, we're going to go to debug. Let's go to debug, and then we're going to set up, no, escape, escape. Don't select that. I want this one, and we need the truck traffic system. That's going to replace this script. Now, this is a way to, if you go into debug mode, you can replace the script with another one, and any of the fields that line up will gather all the same data, the serialized data, back into it. So I'm going to exit out of this, go back to normal view, and I can see it's got the baked traffic system reference. It has the numbers set, pool set to 0, but it also has my additional fields that I needed. So in this one for the, what do I have? Trailer, caboose, tractor. Okay. I selected one. Truck traffic. And now I want tractor. Goes into this. So public prefab tractor. I need the trailer car to go into trailer car. And then I need the caboose to go into caboose. Okay. Oh, I put it in the wrong one. Caboose goes here. And then I need the trailer car to go into the middle one. Okay, that is set up. The pool count should have 2 of these. And so I'm going to get rid of these ones from the scene. Delete. And that means that I should have 2 full trucks that appear on this wall. And that will also mean that this part is functional. So let's play and see what it looks like. I've got some initialization errors. Argument. This one is null. Caboose is null. Which line was it? Object null argument, and that is in traffic system line 25. Traffic system line 25. Car is null. Oh, did I rename that? That's in the initial traffic system for the car. I thought I just saw a truck in the background. Okay, let's go to the traffic system. Yep, I lost that one. All right, so that is car. No, that is traffic car. Okay, that's set up in there. Now, pool should have a pool count of 100. Save it. I suppose I could just initialize the pool count to 100 right here and then just use the count of the pool. That's just an odd hack for how to use this information. I don't need the 2 fields together since I can set this one here. However, pre-initializing this information at this point serves almost no value whatsoever. The time to initialize a chunk of memory isn't going to affect it either way. All right. So it doesn't really improve anything, and this makes it a little bit more obvious rather than just leaving the pool, the fact that the pool is there, be visible. So we got that. Save the scene, and oh, what were the other ones? Truck connector, line 14. So caboose is, what does this one want? Truck car equals caboose. Caboose is a truck car, but truck car is null, or connector was. We get the connector and it's null, which would indicate that the caboose, oh, I'm getting that off the caboose. No, I need the connector from the trailer. So that's trailer. Yeah, there was no truck connector on the caboose. However, later, if I want to daisy chain this and make it longer, that is my intention to add that. And then I can basically have an entire train coming through. All right, save it. Save all. Return to Unity. Wait for it to compile, and then run it. That should give me everything taken care of. That should also clear out all the console errors. Yay! We got a couple warnings, possible mistakes mistaken empty statement. Why? Possible empty statement. Wait, which line was it? This one? Okay, traffic designer line 380. This line. Possible empty statement. What do you mean by that? Okay, because this has been giving me a weird issue. Like a GUI layout button returns true when someone clicks on the button. And for some reason, a lot of times when I start this, it automatically shows or it automatically executes this bake code. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that, why it's actually doing that. But for some reason it does. Hmm. And it's also giving me a complaint. So I want to look that up. Let's just do a general search on that. That's here. Let's go to another tab. Not Caboose. I want the code line error. Copy. The possible mistaken empty statement in C# occurs when a semicolon is mistakenly placed after a conditional state. Did I do that? That would definitely. Oh my God. Okay. Wow. Yes, that has been executing every single time, and it's because of the semicolon. Wow, that is a nice typo. All right, so we're going to leave that one be. That resolves that piece of code. Now, what's this one? Traffic designer instructions is assigned, but its value is never used. That is fine. I do not care about that. That is specifically to deal with this so I can have a simple way to show the instructions. That particular instruction field is over on traffic designer. It lists off what the keys are. So I remember what to use in case I forget them. All right. Control S. And I guess one last thing that I should do is perhaps setting up. Let's have the trucks go around this thing. Maybe they should go up too. Well, no, let's just let it use this because I want to see how it deals with the complexity, including how well it handles this surface here. Because if it needs to go down, it needs to go down. All right. And play. If this works, then the truck car works. Okay, there's this. I see a truck car. Wait, I think I see a truck car. I see a couple of cabooses. Oh, what? Why do I see 4 cabooses? No, 4 cars. Oh, I know why. Stop. Stop. Traffic. The traffic uses the correct ones. This one is set up to car and caboose. That means that the code is not. So the code over here, we are instantiating the prefab trailer car. This needs to be caboose. That was it. All right. Return to Unity, run it, and hope that works. Now, I'm still expecting there might be some semi-wild movement running from it, and I'm okay with this. I just want to see that in general, it seems to be working, and I know that I'll need some improvements on how it drives. I need some for the cars as well. So there it is, and it's following. Its speed, I should slow its speed down. The truck should be going a little slower. That's a configuration difference. So what do I have? Any information inside of there? No, we just have radius being into there. Is radius used in this? Yes, radius is used. That is different for the system. That's the node size. So when I'm looking at this, Control Shift B, I've got all this information in here, and that's the information according to that. the radius of the nodes. If I increase it, it makes it so that the truck can see it easier. Now, since it's 9 instead of 2, like, you can see how these change and get bigger. Ooh, you know what? I could do that. Let's set it to 6 and bake it. All right, so that baked all the data. We've got the data backed into it. We've got much larger. The cars might be able to get to them a little bit easier. All right, now the trucks themselves need to be slower. So let's go to the tractor and its speed. Where is this? No. Y force. I think that's what I want. Gravity force? No. Impulse. Here we go. Impulse forward is currently 5. We're going to set that to 3. And impulse torque, we're going to set that to 15. And I'm going to do the same thing for traffic car. Traffic car will have, it's not going to be going as slow as a truck. Truck should be a little bit slower. But over here where we have this, impulse torque. There we go. There. 21. Probably good. This should hopefully let it hit those targets a little bit better. Okay, yeah, the car was embedded into the wall. Oh, wow, look at that truck, that caboose trailer. Oh, hey, it's starting to follow better. It's almost like watching Santa's sleigh and a whole bunch of these weird termite ant things. All right, scene. So there's one truck over there. Seems to be working. Oh, this one, it's made it down into this little area. I wasn't expecting any of the trucks to survive that. Oh, it's getting confused. Okay. No, it handled it. Okay. Now, over here, what's going on with this? Oh, okay, that is messed up. Okay, it needs corrections, but we can see sometimes it's working well, other times it's getting really confused. Okay. I should set the torque dampening up on the trucks higher. That one is going off. That worked really well until it started to turn, and then these things went a little bit more mayhem. What's going on with all these cars? Okay, we're going to turn on gizmos. Let's go to here and turn on gizmos. Do I not have anything to did I take all the debug lines off? There, okay. Now I can see the lines that these ones are doing. Let's just pick one. That one is currently making... How did it get all the way over here if it's heading up to that? It shouldn't have a direct connection to here from over to there. Let's see where it goes after it gets to this piece. Okay, make your way there. Okay, it got close enough. Now it got a new destination, but from here it connected all the way to there. That's not how that works. Control-Shift-B. Look at this. There's no direct connection from this node to that node. It's supposed to go around to here or through this center point. But for some reason, when it grabbed the next node, it got that one. Okay, that tells me that my baking code has something wrong with it. And so some of these cars are not heading from one point to the next point correctly. Okay, that's another problem to deal with because as this gets larger, that's going to get more confusing and make things tougher. Right now, the cars generally seem to be okay dealing with. What are you guys doing? You're supposed to be up there. What are you doing down here? Okay, drop you down lower. There you go. Make your way over. You're close to the surface. Can you do it? Okay, you did it. And then that brought you all the way over that side. That one does have a valid connection. All right. Trucks are generally sort of working. It's chaotic, but it functions. I can keep improving on this later, and making little corrections to the physics and improving that will solve a lot of that. So, okay, I will accept this for the time being. It's not going to cut it for the final version. Let me go back over to the task now. What else do I have? That can go away, go away, go away, go away. Next, I need this. So freight truck is done. Yeah, freight truck is done. So let's double check this. A self-driving truck that can move around. The cargo includes freight resting on the back. Bumping it uh, turns on its physics from the truck gravity. Did I ever reset the gravity of the truck elements? Those, I think so. Okay, let's hit play and take a look. Maybe I'm not quite done. All right, we're going to pause. And we're going to drive into here, and we're going to check this piece of freight. This piece of freight... What? Oh, right there. That one. Okay, this one should be attached to the trailer car. So on this one, it gets this information from the trailer car, its parent. Good. Okay, that is set. Next, what about these two? Did I ever set these two? Freight has the trailer caboose. Yes. And the other freight has the trailer caboose. Yes. All right. It's important to actually click on them because sometimes it'll highlight the prefab and that it's connected to another prefab or something like that, which is not what I want. Okay, that's set and saved. The next thing that I need to do is go drive into some of that, because I have to try to knock it off the trailer. Oh man, driving through all these things. You there? Right there. There, I knocked that piece off. Good. And its gravity was attached to the wall. Let's go pick that up. Come on. There. Stay behind me. Got to get out of here. All right. Good. I managed to pick up a piece of cargo. Now, if I drop it, it should land here. What? Oh, I'm on an angle and it didn't quite land exactly as it was supposed to. All right, let's just do this. Enter. So if I'm on this wall and then I hit enter, it should fall on this wall. It did. The action keys, I still need to map those out to something better. Let's go up to here. Now, if I go out a little bit, even though it's right behind me, when I drop it, it should drop down. Yeah, it fell to that surface. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay. Now let's move back over to the task. Where'd the task go? Where did the task go? Did I close that? I don't feel like I did. Okay, let's just double check that. I did. Okay, I closed it. Asana. Sure, let's just pick one and go. And now I need Vigilante. Here's the task. Let's double check anything else on the fire truck. Not fire truck, freight truck. Okay, so self-driving truck that can move around. Check. The cargo, it includes freight resting on the back. Bumping it turns on its physics from the truck's gravity, so it aligns to the gravity. Now that also turns over to the car. Action button will pick it up off the truck. Action button does not pick it up off the truck. You know what? Let's try that. I don't think the action button will allow me to pick it up. I think that was, I designed it to do a different choice when I was working there. And this task has a little bit of outdated information. But the way the button works right now is it doesn't have a range. It just picks up the closest one. Whoa, it's kind of mayhem over here. Yeah. Let me just get down. Okay, enter. Yeah, I'm not getting anything. Um, whoa, I just got bumped around. Oh, my control key. So, just as a bug that I have on here, I have strafe and I have action both set to the control key at the moment. Oh, no, gravity drop. I have gravity drop and strafing tied to the same one. So gravity drop makes me faster. But when I'm also gravity dropped, it means that the strafing, why doesn't the strafing work? It takes over from it, but it actually is strafing. It's just incredibly slow. Maybe I have a strafe function, but the performance or the speed on it's really slow. Let's just go over to car for a second. Strafe. Impulse strafe is set to 5. Let's turn that to 60. And let's see if that can feel that. As soon as I find the bug that's causing the issue, all of a sudden this thing's just going to like strafe into a wall at rocket speeds. Okay, that's still pretty horrible. Let's go to 500. Yeah, something is seriously slowing down that speed. 500 didn't do a thing. Oh, that might be. I don't think strafe is actually locked into here, so I need to restart it. I need to start it at this. So these settings are basically baked into a structure that happens underneath the hood. And some of the variables it still grabs off of the actual class object, but in most cases it's just a single struct underneath that executes. Control S. Brings me really close or a lot closer to DoD memory, and for getting the physics on this stuff to operate well, I need that for performance. All right, so however, I'm still using a game object on the surface. Okay, what do I have that set to? Do I have it set to 500? Impulse strafe is now set to 500. Play. For all I know, the strafe doesn't even use that. Oh yeah, it does, but it gets baked into the process, and that speed actually works well. Ah, there. Okay, yeah, I like the feel of that. Back down, crouch to the ground. All right, cool. And last view of this side going up. I don't have any clear access to get to that bridge yet. It only connects on one side and not the other, and I really need that building to go all the way across. All right. And that's just a design note. Oh, trucks work. I can pick up the cubes, I can grab them, and so far in the design of the game, I need to be able to grab those cubes and drop them off at depots. So my next task is probably going to be towards the depots. Yay. All right, let's